Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cam Elwood, and these are my teammates and friends, Caroline Vines, Gabe Panas, and Lydia Prokash. And today we're going to be presenting to you our JPC project on the evaluation of the Clean Water Project in rural Guatemala. So to start off, as Andrew mentioned earlier, according to the World Health Organization, 3.4 million people die every year as a result of water, health, and sanitation-related illnesses. And this problem is particularly relevant in this area, in the indigenous population of rural Guatemala, because 75% of the indigenous population live below the poverty line, which prevents them from having access to these stable water systems that have good quality of water. Since 2007, the University of Guatemala Initiative has been partnering with communities in the Lake Ativan region to provide cleaner water. In the summer of 2011, a team of students went to rural Guatemala to conduct a water needs assessment survey, and they identified from that survey that San Martin had the most need of the communities that they evaluated. The following summer, two MPH students went to the community and created an education course that would precede the installation of these biosand filters. And then that November, the first course had completed, and a round of participants had received and installed filters in their homes. And the following January in 2013, the same team of two MPH students traveled to San Martin and conducted a short-term evaluation, which was six weeks post the installation of these filters. So before we go into our evaluation of the project, we wanted to just briefly talk about how the program works. There is an education component that is taught by a local nurse that lives just 10 minutes down the road in an urban center. And she teaches the course in 18-hour long interactive sessions. And there are three components to the course: filter maintenance, hygiene, and nutrition. And upon graduation from this course, the families receive a hydrated biosand filter installed in their home. And this filter was chosen by former JPC-funded teams to be the most appropriate and sustainable technology for this rural community. In addition to that, we have employed by the Guatemala Initiative. There is a filter specialist that is employed, and he travels to the community throughout the year to assess the filter functionality. So the whole purpose of our project was to conduct more of a holistic evaluation of the water project in Guatemala, which was more of a continuation of a shorter-term evaluation that was conducted in January. And the project in January was assessing the link between knowledge retention and health, whereas ours was attempting to holistically measure the perceptions of the program within the community, as well as changes in health and the filter functionality.
So most of the existing literature on point-of-use water filtration evaluation either uses exclusively qualitative metrics or quantitative. But like Kim mentioned, we really wanted to employ more of a holistic evaluation. So we found it necessary to combine both of these. So our qualitative metrics included individual interviews, focus groups, as well as informal interactions with key stakeholders at multiple strata within the community. So we interviewed participants, non-participants, as well as in-country leadership, which included the filter specialist and health educator, as well as a local physician and community leaders who were called the cocores. We asked questions about the perceptions of the education component, the filter component, and we also wanted to analyze overall perceptions of the program, especially how it had impacted intra-community relations. And ideally, this program aims to kind of ameliorate diarrheal disease burden within the community, so we wanted to look at that as well. Our quantitative evaluation sought to evaluate filter functionality. So we took two 100 milliliter samples of the filter effluent and conducted E. coli and total coliform testing, and then conducted a second round depending on the results. and we sought to correlate these results with an environmental survey of the filter setup within each household. So charting the progress of the water from spigot to post-filtration storage container, and kind of noting potential sources of contamination along the way. So conditions of the tube, if there were scratches or if it was bent, conditions of the storage container, as well as the filter flow rate and the cleaning protocol.
So based on our interview responses, we were able to determine that the impact of the water filter program and the health classes in the community was generally positive. Notable findings were that 86% of the participants actually enjoyed attending these classes. And we actually had the opportunity to sit in on one of the classes and can definitely attest to that. The teacher was able to employ lots of awesome classroom management techniques to keep the participants engaged and the class light. Additionally, mothers noted that 90% of mothers noted that there was an improvement in their children's health, which is especially important in a rural community because the children are able to spend more time in school and not at home sick. Furthermore, we found that 71% of the women found the occasional presence of foreign students in the community to not hinder the success of the program. So that's a real, that reflects well upon the UVA-GI and our in-country leadership and mentors. We streamlined our quantitative data into this heat map, which correlates actions that could possibly that could lead to or cause contamination of post-filtered water, and we correlated that to our actually realized filter plate tests. Hotter colors on the heat map indicate a greater incidence of these filter protocol no-nos, and as you can see, for example, having a dirty cubeta, which is the post-filtration storage device, is directly correlated to a filter that has an effluent that had double positive E. coli.
So in order to ensure that our results were properly given to both the community and to the UVA-GI, we created recommendations for the individual families based on our quantitative and qualitative results, and gave recommendations to our in-country leadership for areas of program improvement and expansion. We also wanted to quickly go over some of the limitations in our study, including the English-Spanish Quechua language barrier and the potential for self-reporting bias, especially pertaining to changes in health and health-related behavior. We also wanted to mention that our team only took part in the community for a month over the course of last summer, but importantly, we also have a very good system of long-term commitment in San Martin, including our in-country leadership and our community partners who work full-time, speak the language, and also are interacting with women on a daily basis. So in defining success of this program, it is important to reflect upon the strong partnership that the UVA-GI has made with the community partners, our in-country leadership, students, as well as local doctors and other stakeholders within the community. And this system of partnership is crucial in the formation of trust and approval within the community and very important for the ongoing success of the program. This is especially true in rural Guatemala, where with high rates of or high level populations of indigenous Mayans who have undergone a series of oppressions, social and political oppressions, as a result of the conflict in Guatemala. So our quantitative and qualitative methodology was incredibly important because we had high contact hours with key stakeholders at all multi-strata within the community, and we're able to understand more holistically the perceptions that the community had of the program, and also make correlations quantitatively between different types of results and understand how the filter functioning could be improved in the future. And finally, while we gave reports to the families based on what they can be doing currently, it is also important to understand that monitoring and evaluation is a long-term process. And so this initiative is strengthened by the fact that we have community partners who are working every day to ensure that the program continues to grow and expand in ways that are benefiting the people who live in San Martin. So finally, we'd like to give a quick thank you to all of our participants who participated in the community in the program, and also our community partners who have been first and foremost very helpful in ensuring program success, as well as our in-country leadership, our directors who are present here today, thank you, and all of our friends and family who have come to support us and have been supporting us throughout this 18-month commitment. And thank you to our new team who will be returning next year. Thank you so much.